Alright class, settle down. We have a lot to talk about today, and it's important to your upcoming test, so I need you all to pay great attention and take good notes. Today we are going to talk about some of the first settlers to our area here in Northeast Ohio. Now the first thing I need you to write down is the year 1796. In 1796, the northeast area of Ohio was sold to a total of 8 investors, including Moses Cleveland, who was the founder of Cleveland. Along with Cleveland, the first settlers founded present-day cities of Warren, Youngstown, Stowe, Ashtabula, and Hudson. This surveyed land was originally known as New Connecticut. The new settlers purchased their land without knowing what it would look like. They may have found themselves on a grassy field, or even a wooded area. The terrain was unpredictable and greatly varied. In order to survive in this new frontier, there were several things that the settlers needed when they first arrived on their land. They needed to be able to build a reliable shelter to live in, find water to drink, food to eat, and be able to make a fire to help stay warm and cook food. The first item on their agenda was always to build a safe shelter to protect them from the wild. In order to do this, the settlers would have to clear the land of woods and brush. The problem that they faced was that clearing land and building a house was quite a lengthy process. They had to search far and wide in order to find good trees to use for their houses. The settlers didn't have many modern tools like saws and stuff to cut down their trees. No, sir. They had to use axes. When the trees were chopped and the land was cleared, they had to use primitive hand tools to shape the trees into logs that could be used to build a house. And while the shelter was being built, the settlers still had to meet basic survival needs, such as finding water to drink in order to fend off dehydration. The settlers were not able to have bottles of water in order to hydrate. They weren't fortunate enough to have water bottles to carry with them. No, sir. They had to use pots to get their water from streams and rivers. Them settlers, well, them folk had to look far and wide to find good, clean water sources that they could use for drinking and cooking and washing their clothes with. I think I hear some commotion back there. I hope y'all are paying good attention, because all of this information is going to be on the test, so I better not see no shenanigans back there. Another survival skill that the settlers needed was the ability to build a fire, but they didn't have no lighters. No, sir. They had to use very primitive resources to start fire, such as rubbing sticks together to cause friction and heat. While the settlers were building shelters, finding water, and making fire, Another survival necessity for the settlers of the Western Reserve was the need to find food. The settlers were not exactly equipped with a sack lunch that their mommies packed for them like you kids do today. No, sir. They had to search far and wide for their food. This may have involved picking berries, fishing in streams, rivers, and lakes around them, preparing the land so that they can build a farm, and even hunting dangerous wild animals. Sometimes the settlers even risked their lives on these hunting trips. Large angry black bear could be found around any corner. The settlers faced many challenges, forcing them to be alert at all times.